All right, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night to some of you, depending on where you are watching from. You are welcome to this program. While you are joining, share the video, invite others to join. The reason why we are going to kick off immediately without any jingle or any, you know, thing to put around it, it is because we only have 2 hours and our time is quite limited. So that is the reason why we cannot spend more than we cannot start doing jingle. We go to we go straight to the point. Great and wonderful people of Biafra, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching from. If you are joining us on YouTube at Judge Money Blog Africa, I want you to share the video. If you are joining us on Facebook, a Judge Money blog, a Judge Money blog official, a Judge Money slash TV. Share the video, invite others to join. Very, very important. Let us have a very quick one this evening because there is, just like I tweeted yesterday about the big conspiracy on Ndi Igbo. There is a very, very big conspiracy on Ndi Igbo. And that conspiracy is exactly what we are here to talk about. So it will be very, very necessary for you to share the video and invite other people to join. When you share the video, you invite others to join, we will kick start. What we are doing this evening is very, very important because now I know exact reason why they have to select Tinubu as your president elect. And this evening, for the first time, I myself personally will be congratulating Tinubu. I will be congratulating him. And I will tell you the reason why I will be congratulating him. Of course, it sounds very awkward, right? Of course, it is awkward because what we have seen going on in Nigeria, the shenanigan you have seen going on in Nigeria, it is something that it is quite funny. It is quite funny. So that is the reason why I will be funny this evening by congratulating him for his position because it is not easy for a man to wake up and tell you it is his turn to be a president, and at the end of it, it came to pass. He is, he is a man. He deserved that congratulation. He deserved that salute because he has shown the world that Nigeria is where politics, the type of politics they play. You wake up in the morning, you say it is your turn. When whoever that is actually controlling the country tell you to go there, you will win. You come out and say it is your turn, and there is nothing that is going to stop you from winning that, position. And that is the reason why we need to also talk about that and the congratulations I'm going to explain. And I want us to actually, the most important reason why I am here is number one, the reason why they decided to make Tinubu the president elect. Number two, those who are saying that Lagos is no man's land. And I am going to bring it, to its context. We are going to discuss that issue of Lagos is a no man's land, and that is a big conspiracy on Ndi Igbo. If you don't know what is going on right now, you should actually pay attention this evening. You will learn exactly what is going on. If you pay attention, you will learn what is going on because what is you see that is playing out right now, it is a narrative, it is a script that is being played right in front of our eyes, and we might not understand exactly what is going on. So let us actually break it down. We are going to actually unpack this, because as I was speaking, starting with the congratulation, I believe you find yourself in a conundrum. You are so confused. You don't know where to turn. You don't know where I am driving. You don't know what I am saying. If you pay attention, I believe you will pick up everything that I am here to say this evening. Very, very important. Now, number one, we are going to start with, you know, remember we made a program before the eve of the autopilot date to say they are giving you Biafra. We made a program. We asked them where is the Biafra, and of course, during that program, a lot of people made their submission on the comment box. They said so many things, which I am going to actually bring to you, bring to your notice. I am going to bring this to your notice. Yesterday, that we were asking the Autopilot criminal syndicate, where is the Biafra you say that you are going to restore in this day, which is yesterday was the last date he gave to you people, that he is going to give you Biafra. We are asking the Autopilot criminal syndicate, where is that Biafra they've been bragging about, that they've been using to extort money from people, that they have been using to actually steal money from our people? That is a theft under false pretense. That is exactly why people were paying him. People were paying him for the sake of promising them he will restore Biafra. That is a crime on its own. That is a case on its own. Theft under false pretense. It is very, very important. Those who live in Europe, you will understand it. If you know, the cases that exist in Europe, how to name a case in Europe and all the developed countries around the world. If you understand how to name cases, you will understand that these things that Autopilot did, it is a fraud. It is a false, theft under false pretense. That's what they did. And in a very simple term, you call it a fraud. They defrauded our people in the name that they are restoring the sovereignty of Biafra, in the day on the 6th of March 2023. Of course, there was nothing done. You are no longer seeing their leader on the on broadcast, and I am going to tell you the reason why you may no longer see him all the time on broadcast. Because the date, one of it is because the date he gave to you while you are giving him $10,000. According to him, he claimed he is looking for 50 men who will give him $10,000. After that, it didn't work. Now he claimed that he is going to restore Biafra in 200 and something days, and the 200 and something days elapsed. On the eve of that 200 and something days, which is on the 5th of March 2023, we actually asked to reminded you, Autopilot, that it is on the 6th that you are supposed to give the Biafrans, those, especially those who paid you money, who took out their hard-earned money and paid it to you and your group, to give them Biafra. What exactly are you going to do for them? Are you going to give them Biafra? Are you going to balance them up the money? What about those you set up to die in Biafra land? Are you going to restore their life back to them, to their families? Or are you going to actually, sweep it under the carpet? Because this is the reason why I am reminding you, consistently, where is that Biafra that you have promised people to go out there and die, that you have promised people to go out there and give you their money, that you are giving them Biafra? Where is that Biafra? I am asking you, Simon Banjoko, where is the Biafra that the people, because we actually expected that yesterday was too early to ask you. Today we are asking you again, Just like so many people commented on the video I did yesterday, so many people came with their different opinions, which I am actually going to bring to the table. I am going to bring it to the table. And before then, I'm also going to bring to you the first man who called Lagos a no man's land. Because whenever an Igbo person says something, it becomes a problem in Nigeria. And it is very, very important that, all these things where I'm going to actually touch on so many things. I'm going to show who made that comment, and I am going to show another person who made the comment. It was not a problem when that person made that comment, a big problem like the way it is now. So, and I am also going to now tell you why whoever that made that comment this time around made it and whom that person is working for. I am going to tell you all that. But before we go there, the question is, where is the Biafra that you've been waiting for? And insulting Judge Money in his comment section for the sake of telling you that Berima has nothing to offer. He is only here to actually make money out of you. He is only here to act like, to incriminate IPOB. He is been only here. Imagine a person who does not even have any alliance, no diplomatic move, nothing, no, there is nothing. He was telling you they have selected those which their faces are going to be in the Biafra money. So imagine a person telling you that. Do you think they have anything to offer? It is all about, let me tell you, let me contextualize it to what you hear every day, how you are being actually defrauded every day. Let me contextualize it to, similar things that this guy is doing to you, how you are being exposed to it on a daily basis. There was a pastor that I saw a video where he said he will capture, he will use a camera of his, iPad to capture a person who is in another place from inside the church auditorium. That is the path of the magic they say they did, or the miracle they say they did. Do you know immediately when this pastor did that, people started jumping, telling the pastor you are too much. The pastor lifted up his iPad and he said he captured a picture of a child who is in another province, sick, that he is capturing the picture of the child from inside the church. People believed it. Now, that same pastor who captured a picture of a child in another province from inside the church, I want you to know, if people could believe such, lie and manipulation, and continue to go to that church, continue to believe that miracle is on the way, continue to believe that their own miracle has not gotten to their turn. That pastor, yet he does so many miracles in front of them, but those who are really sick, they cannot receive this miracle. So at that juncture, if somebody will see such things and believe it, why do you think that people who are foolish enough will not give in their money when somebody is under false pretense telling them that he is going to give them Biafra? Why do you think that people will not fall for it? If a person fall for an iPad lifted up and capture somebody that is another place in the name of miracle in the church, and still they never questioned it, even though the people who noticed exactly what the pastor did, which is, if you open a camera of every iPad, every phone, every Android, you will notice that the last picture taken will be on the side where it will ask you, if you click on it, you view the picture. He lifted up the camera, which the camera is open. He lifted it up, he clicked on the last picture taken, and it appeared the face of the child. And that was the miracle. So people believed in it. Some people are using iPhone, some people are using iPads, some people are using tablet, some people are using Android phone. Who knows these features that I talk about, and yet they still believe in that. So the reason why I am actually bringing this to this story is because you should not be surprised as per why people believe that, you know, Simon is going to give them Biafra on this day pass and giving him their money. As per why people believe that Simon will put their faces in Biafra dollar, no longer Biafra pounds, in this, days that he say he is going to give you Biafra. Now what you are seeing all over the place, criminals are writing. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, we should protect Simon at all costs. Protect him for what? What are we protecting Simon at all costs for? They said that Mazi said, all these things they are doing, it's all about for them to make sure that everything that he said he is going to give you on this day, you will believe that he is going through a problem that will not enable him to succeed in those things that he said he is going to give you. Are you now seeing it for what it is? So that is exactly the reason why I want you to pay attention as we dissect and expose every activities of these people, because the same syndicate are going about trying to bring a big conspiracy on Ndi Igbo. The same syndicate are going about trying to actually bring a big conspiracy on Ndi Igbo. And the same issue, the same agenda was the same agenda that made Tinubu the president of Nigeria. I am going to break it down. If you give me your ears, attention, and you continue to share this video, I believe we are going to go far in this. Now, before we come back to this, and I want to remind our Oduduwa brothers and our Oduduwa friends, our Oduduwa well-wishers, and our, Yoruba as a whole, that, we need to actually look into what I am going to show you, so that we will find out exactly who made that statement that Lagos is no man's land. Who made that statement? I am going to bring first the person who recently made that statement, and I am going to bring it the person who made that statement long time ago. This one I am going to bring in is a person who made that statement in 2017. In 2017, and it was not a big deal. It was not a big deal during that time when they make that statement. Now, why is it a big deal? And I am also going to bring up the person who made it in 1945, I believe. Somebody who made the same statement in 1945. And that statement was not, it was not a very big deal during that time. But this time around, the statement came as a result of an agenda and conspiracy against Ndi Igbo. That is exactly what I am going to, bring to you now. All right. Okay, let me first of all present this one. Let me present this one of 2017, when such statement was made. Let me read. And to your greatest surprise, the person who made such statement in this age that I told you was a Yoruba man. It was not an Igbo man who made such statement, and it was the response was published in June 2nd, 2017. Read this. The name of the person who made this statement was Femi Okunnu. Yeah. Just like you see somebody responding to it, he said Femi Okunu's claim that Lagos is a no man's land, absolute rubbish. Smart Cole response. Smart Cole response. Now let us read how and why Smart Cole responded to Femi Okunu. Veteran journalist and photographer Sumi Smart Cole has lambasted a former federal commissioner for works and housing, Femi Okunu. Okay, before we go there, let me bring more people into this program because I can see we are still in a serious sanction of Facebook. We are still on a serious sanction of Facebook. Let me bring in more people into the program so that we will actually proceed proper because we don't have much time. We do not have much time. Let us proceed proper. Just one moment. All right. I believe that we have now we are going to have more people into the program. So let us actually proceed. So Femi Okunoyo was the first man. For those of you joining us this just now, we started a few minutes ago actually. Now we are talking about the first man who made a claim that Lagos is a no man's land, because the reason why I am saying this, it is because that sentiment of Lagos being a no man's land and the response being given to it, it is actually a conspiracy against Ndigo. And it is not unconnected to the reason why Tinubu was given the power to be the president-elect in Nigeria. It is not unconnected to that. That is the reason why I want us to actually, take it from the memory lane or going back to the history, even to the history that will take us to the, to the time, the history that will take us to 1996. Okay, we are going to go back to 1996, even when Queen Eliza was in Nigeria. Now we are going to go back to it. We are also going to look at it in 1940 something. So if you are joining us now, share the video, invite others to join, because we need to tackle this conspiracy against our people. And the reason why we must tackle it, it is because these people, Tinubu winning election in Nigeria, it is not a coincidence. Before we go to this place, so that when I am going into this topic, you will understand where I am going. Tinubu winning election in Nigeria, or Tinubu being rigged into the position where he found himself today, it is not a coincidence. And I am telling you the reason. I'm going to tell you the reason. Number one reason for giving Tinubu the power or the mandate to win over P2B. When P2B was an agenda, Tinubu is now another different agenda. And all this agenda is to quell, actually to stop the agitation that is happening in Nigeria one way or the other. That is exactly what they have come to do, to stop the agitation happening in Nigeria one way or the other. Now it is going to come, They are doing these things psychologically. And there is no way P2B will now claim he does not know this conspiracy, these plans that is going on. That is the reason why I will tell Tinubu, you are a man. You say it is your turn, and it end up being your turn. Because now, if you remember during 2020 NSAS, Catriona Len went to visit Tinubu to tell Tinubu, you know it is your turn. If you allow this protest to scuttle your chances of being a president of Nigeria, that is the reason why that Tinubu was so assured, was so confident, and he took out his money to pave his way to make it his turn, because he is well aware that once he go into that power to get back those money, it won't take him 2 years for him to get back those money. It won't take him even 1 year to retrieve those money that he has wasted in bribing his way into the office. I still salute him. He's a man, because what he did is what the system of Nigeria does each and every time election comes. So it is his turn to do his own. No one will deprive him of his turn. Obedient believe that na waka chife na talo. That is the reason why. But of course, God placed him there, even though he was a British agenda, but God placed him there for him to prove a point. That is very, very important. Now, when Catriona Len went to Tinubu, if you allow these answers to scuttle your chances of becoming a president in 2023, it is going to be bad. So you need to do everything to stop this protest. And Tinubu did everything to stop that protest immediately. And being that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was following that, plan and move, that was the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a broadcast on that day to tell you that exactly what Pat Catriona Len went to arrange with Tinubu. At the end of this arrangement, people were shot at Lekki Toll Gate. That is number one. Now, number two is that the election time came when everybody was rallying around P2B. Britain already know. That is the reason why they brought Tinubu first to the Chatham House. If you can remember, they brought Tinubu first to the Chatham House before every other person start going there. Now, once they brought him to the Chatham House, that was when the plan was actually, manufactured. Oh, sorry, manifested rather. The English is not our mother tongue. That was when the plan manifested. Now, when they brought him to the Chatham House, first was Tinubu, but the person they claimed they were rallying around was P2B. And for P2B being aware of what is going on in Nigeria, what the agenda has been, P2B did not spend any kobo of his doing this campaign, doing everything, even though he believed that he's going to win. He never spent his money into it because he knows that what is to come. He knows that Nigeria system will never give him the vote. So no need. And he knows even if he bring his money, he will not make it because the other party, they have enough of it. He will not be able to reach what this other party are willing to actually spend to get into the position of their turn. Now they set up obedience for agitation in Igbo land, in Biafra land, and they set up Tinubu for the agitation happening in Oduduwa land. From setting up obedience, before they set up obedience, there is an infiltration in IPOB. That infiltration now made people to, while we are busy fighting off the infiltration, people now believe that we are now concentrating because these people who are actually pulling up all this stunt, they are well aware that IPOB will never leave anybody who's rear their ugly head against IPOB who try to incriminate IPOB, they are well aware that IPOB will never allow that person to be. That we will focus and channel our energy on that, fighting them off, trying to prove IPOB right, trying to make sure that we protect our brand, trying to make sure that we protect our movement. While we are at that, people were started losing interest. Immediately they saw that whatever they have implemented, the agent provocateur, the infiltration has now gotten to its peak. They now decided to bring Obi. They present Obi immediately. So now you Obi will be somewhere where they will give you a shoulder to cry upon. Remember, the first move was to take out Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. After taking out Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they tried to replace him with somebody that they will use to manipulate Biafrans, which is the agent provocateur in Finland. And among other people who backed him up, among other people, including those whom you call Igbo World Congress. They remove Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from the equation. They bring agent provocateur so that our energy will go fighting agent provocateur of the people who are so gullible on the ground, who are the people we are fighting for. We now see it as no, these people are fighting for power, these people are fighting for this, these people are doing this. We rather now go and look for what we will do for ourselves. Once they see those comments in our comment sections, once they see those, they have actually achieved the target, they bring Obi immediately. And they start rallying around Obi. Then those people who does not now know where to go, they now decided to go to Obi, believing that Biafra is dead. Because the criminals, they have their own branches which will be preaching to you Biafra is dead, Biafra is Biafra, Biafra is killing our people. They have this, they have these branches that they have different things to promote that will bring confusion to the gullible people who does not know exactly what we are up against. That is the reason why you see Nelly Ofebu telling you Biafra is dead, telling you it is Idu. After doing Idu, he used introduction of politicians to the boy called Nsima. And that is as a result of what is going on today. She will not part of what politicians instead of fight. They know exactly are still coming out clear. Hold on. Are still coming out clear. Please, someone confirm for me. Are we coming out clear? Is the I don't know if it is coming out clear or it is actually having a very bad. Please, someone confirm for me. Is it having a bad reception from your side? Please confirm to me on the comment section because I am getting some report that looks like we are not coming out clear. But please confirm to me if we are coming out clear. If I see your message, we proceed. If I see your message, okay, loud and clear. Thank you, Chinonyo Kore. Thank you, Kara Gold. Thank you, all of you in that comment section. So, all right, let us proceed. Just like I was saying, people got so confused on where to turn to. People got so confused on what to do. I'm coming back to it. People got so confused, don't know where to turn, they don't know where to go. They decided to follow Igbo presidency, Peter Obi, who will liberate them, who will bring them into new Nigeria, who will make them one Nigeria. They decided to turn to him. Now turning to Peter Obi, believing that he is the Messiah that they've been looking for, because Biafra, according to them and according to Nelly and the Autopilot, what they have brought into the struggle was to tell you that Biafra is dead or Biafra is Biafra, or to tell you that it is now we do or Autopilot, which confuse people. You cannot even blame them for the decision they made, because the bigger element or the bigger force that came to compromise their mind to it. But I blame them when Mazen Namdekano told them it is the time that you need to put your brain in gear, because the enemy will throw everything at you. But these people were not resilient enough to withstand these arrows that the enemy were shooting at us. They were not resolute enough. That is the problem of a black man. When it's getting to the time when you are going to get your freedom, you capitulate. You now give up on the activities of the enemy. You now start playing the script that the enemy have written onto you. And that is what has been delaying our freedom. And that is the problem that we have. Until we correct that, we will never go anywhere. We need to learn how to be resolute enough, undistracted. No matter what they do, don't get distracted by it. Allow the military to fight the war. All you need to do is continue to give them your support. Even if we started fighting off the eternal enemy, you don't need to make it to be your problem. You just need to give us your support. And I salute all those who understood prior to the time of this fight, or the inception of this fight and confusion caused by Simon Epa and his fellow criminal syndicate in the Autopilot. I appreciate all of you who were resolute enough to help us to fight these people off. Now, you are now seeing the result of what they have started. They gave you Obi in the east. They gave you Tinubu in the west. Are you now seeing it? Obi in the east, Tinubu in the west. While Tinubu will take out money, bribe every Oduduwa agitator to rally around him. Now, when they notice that for you to now to give momentum to those they are going to use to make it easier for them in the eastern region, they have to unite them with their own believe they are fighting for the Oduduwas. They have to unite the infiltrator on IPOB with them. Remember what they said when they were united? They said there will be no election in Biafra land and Oduduwa land. How many times did you hear it from those who claimed they were agitating for Oduduwa? Igbo and the Koi media. How many times did you hear that again? They claim they have come to make alliance with Igbos. Are you now seeing how the alliance is going? Because they wanted to use Igbos to scuttle the chances of Igbo presidency in order for the blame to come back to the struggle. While they know that they are double agent, they are playing double agent role in their Oduduwa agitation. They knew they were playing double agent role. They are not ready to join you in what you are doing. Some of these people are very two-faced. Some of them are very two-faced. That is the reason why you see them lambasting at Igbos today. Just because of a comment made by an agent, whether this agent is the Igbo person or whether this agent is anybody, as long as it is one person's opinion, it is not Igbo's opinion, but they have made it Igbo's opinion. When this guy who was in UK, lambasting Igbos, instigating people to kill Igbos in Lagos, instigating people who, what was the name of that idiot that is in jail now? What was the name of that Adeyinka grandson? Adeyinka grandson was saying that Igbo people need to be killed. Igbo people need to victimize. Igbo people need to do this. We did not generalize it and say that the Yoruba people say. But in this regard, one woman said that Lagos is a no man's land. They're generalizing it now and saying that Igbos this, Igbos that. We're coming to it. I am just building a platform, a preamble for you to know where all these things are coming from. They gave you Tinubu in the west, gave you Obi in the east, all for the handwork of Britain. And for the first time now, I will tell you that Britain, they know how to manipulate, black nations, and it is for the benefit of them. And I believe that if black nation, I think it is time I will stop telling you that Britain is a bad guy, because it is those who make themselves available that the enemy will use. And the enemy is doing everything that is good for their business. Everything good for their business, that is what they are promoting. And that is how this world is. That is how this world is. If you know what is good for your business, a black nation continue to cry for the exploitation of this Western world. But when they are the people making themselves available to be exploited, so who are we supposed to blame? Ourselves. So it is high time we start blaming ourselves now. It is no more time we will continue to remind us who are the exploiters. But we should not forget who make this exploitation easy for them to continue to exploit us. We will not forget. Now, they made Obi to scuttle us in the east, made Tinubu to use his money as Jagaban of Lagos State to stop the agitation in Oduduwa land. And of course, you have seen as a result what it is. Now, they claim that they are forming an alliance with the Biafrans while joining force with Agent Provocateur, who came to destroy the agitation, who came to make people to lose hope on the agitation, who came to divide the struggle. They joined force with him in order to attack Igbo, in order to attack Biafrans, in order to scuttle the momentum that has been built over the years for Biafra restoration. This is a very, very organized crime against IPOB, against Biafra struggle. Now, knowing that they are going to give Tinubu, because it's already Tinubu's turn, it will never come to the turn of Igbo, because Igbo is automatically not part of Nigeria. Automatically, Igbo are not part of Nigeria. They are among Biafrans. No matter that some of them in the coastal region, they're confused. Some of them want this war to be fought for them and handed them over to the new nation that will be very beautiful, that will be, some of them want to eat where, but they don't want to work. That is some of the problems you find in the coastal region. And we have formidable people coming out from coastal region. I give it to them. A very, very formidable people coming out from coastal region who knows that it is those who fight that will inherit. It is not when you sit in your house, you are now claiming that somebody will do it. If they do it, if they achieve it, we join them. If they don't achieve it, we will remain neutral, because you are lying to yourself. You are fooling yourself. That is as a result of that. They now chose Simon from Igbo speaking. They chose Nelly from Igbo speaking. They chose Nsima from Akwa Ibom, coastal region. They chose so many of them from coastal region. They now come in organized syndicate. They were very organized. Start attacking IPOB. Start attacking the structure. So that you will say that if you start fighting the Akwa Ibom, it will look like we are fighting the coastal region because they will generalize it. If you start fighting Igbos, they will say that Igbos are fighting themselves, that it is has been the problem. Igbos are fighting themselves. That is the reason why they selected all these people and bring them to fight the struggle. While they selected them, knowing that they will bring Obi to now give the people who are confused a shoulder to cry upon. They have already assured the Oduduwas, we are going to give you presidency. You will everything that you have been marginalized of, you will actually make use of it when you get your presidency. But they've been there acting as if they are still struggling, they are still fighting for you, without you knowing that they are already compromised. That is the reason why you see Sunday Boho leaving Nigeria, being in wherever he is. He will come back soon. And when he was there, you will believe that he's in exile because his life is in danger. That is the reason why they Britain, they are very, very intelligent. They are very, very intelligent nation. It will be like we are doing the same thing that we did to Nnamdi Kanu. We are doing it to Sunday Boho so that it will look equal. Do you know how much compensation Sunday Boho received? Yes. Use it and use your tongue and count your teeth. Now he received such amount of compensation from Nigeria for the sake of burning his house, killing a cat. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu received only 1 billion that is not even talked about from the 28 able-bodied men who died in his house, traumatized everything. The father died as a result, the mother died as a result, people were traumatized, fell 1 million. The person whom they raid his house, burn his house, kill a cat, 500 million or 500 billion. 500 billion naira, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong with that figure. Are you now seeing how this number is presented? Are you now seeing the setups? They now tell him, remain where you are so that it will look like you are still in danger. Now, all this while we believe that he's in danger, or we believe that he has a bail condition that will not enable him to come out and agitate for Biafra, or come out and agitate for Oduduwa Republic. We were believing in that until he came to join force with Agent Provocateur, who came to destroy every legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That was the only time you notice that he can come online and talk, but he never did it. All this while that he was there, we were believing that the problem or the bail condition will not enable him to do so. Are you now joining what is going on together? Now from there, they claim they have built alliance with Biafrans. There will be no election in Biafra land. There will be no election in Oduduwa land. I hope you still remember all these things that happened. And I told you that they have come to use you. They have come to use you to fight yourself. Because if you understand these Yoruba politicians, they are very, very sneaky. And they believe that Igbo people are actually so stupid. And indeed they are. It is not that they believe. Some Igbos are very stupid. They make themselves a willing tool in the hands of those who they blame they are more intelligent than. They claim they are more intelligent than these people. The same people you believe you are intelligent more than, they continue to exploit you, sideline you on the corner. Yet every day you know they carry last. Now, immediately they implemented that, they have seen millions of people rallying about Obi, giving them hope that Obi will transform their situation. At the end of the day, the Yorubas, which know their plan, they are the master plan. The Yoruba politicians who knows everything that is in the plan, master plan, they now, which come the statement by Obi Wajaja. They just, make everything, turn everything around. It become his turn. Congratulations, Tinubu, because if you know the game, you win the game. That is the reason why I'm congratulating him. It is not easy. They know the game, they win the game. We continue to act like we know, but we don't know anything. I'm talking about some of our people, Igbo people, to be precise. We continue to act like we know the game. We don't know the game. He knows the game. And let the best man in the game win the game. That is what happened in Nigeria. So I want to advise Obi. I want to advise you. Go and hide yourself. You have played the role they want you to play. So go and hide yourself, because I know you will not even come out to talk. You will not even come out to agitate. You will not even come out to amend your mistakes, because you are ignorant. Those who are so ignorant, believing that they are wise. You have done sin to our agitation. P2B. You are part and parcel of, this delay. You are part and parcel of it. At the end of the day, where did you find yourself? Nowhere. And if you believe that you are going to go to court in order to get the Igbo presidency, you are wasting your time. Stop wasting people's resources. If it is Igbo people who is actually funding this guy to be wasting their time, you are wasting your resources. Because Britain have taken a stance that is very well good for their own business. And I don't blame them. Everybody fight for what is good for them, except Igbo and Biafrans and the rest of the Biafrans. Those are the only people who does not want what is good for them. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stood up to fight for what is good for Igbo and Biafrans as a whole, and even the indigenous people of Nigeria in extension, all of you saw him as an enemy. The same Igbo took out money, took out private jet, go and rendition him, and bring him back, place him in solitary confinement. Now you have seen everything he preached is coming to pass. Now the same Igbo will not be able to bring him out. Because Igbo is always used to complete a fraudulent activities. They will be used to complete a fraudulent activities. They will make themselves the enemy of their people. And this is what they are being used. Yoruba people are using them for that. Hausa people are using them for that. Fulanis are using them for that. And I don't blame all these people who are using them for that, because it is what is best for their businesses. Igbo have never remembered or realized what exactly is good for their own business. They only are selfish. Whatever that is going to benefit you and your family. That is the reason why Obedient saw how many people who have fallen for the struggle. He continued to tell you he will bring carrot, he will bring iron fist. That if you use carrot if you don't accept, then he will use iron fist. And where the eaglet, the eagle never accept to take you, but you have already started running. This is the problem of need. Except you change that to your mindset. Let us be cunning. Let us do it this way. I will con myself into the position. Maybe when I just give them what they want, kill few of my people, they will think I am trustworthy. And they will give me the position. When I go there, I will correct one or two things. Because you have never seen anybody who gone there who will tell you what they look like. Truly, there is no one who will tell you what going there look like. Because you can never ever be together in anything you do. Igbos can never support an agenda that is going to benefit everybody. Our people, ndị Igbo, if you extend it to coastal region, you will understand that they are actually absent-minded. These people are most marginalized people in Nigeria. Most marginalized, coastal region. But these are the absent-minded people, most of them, not all of them. Absent-minded, that they will not understand that they need to stand up to defend and fight for what is rightfully theirs. They need to stand up to join force with their own people, whom, as a result of world colonial politics, they took you away from these people. But each and every time you see these people, it looks like we are waking them up. It looks like when we call them to come and fight for freedom, it looks like they are doing Ndi Igbo a favor. And when you look at it, you will also find out that Ndi Igbo is part of the problem. There is no one to be blamed more than the other. Because it is the same Ndi Igbo who went and rendition Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Igbo politicians. It is the same them. For you to see their crime, their wickedness, their evil activities with impunity. How do you think the same people will go there to bring something that will bring light to your life? It is not possible. Now, Britain knows that Ndi Igbo will always be used whenever they want to set up an agenda. Igbo man is best person as a willing tool. They make themselves available as a willing tool. So each and every time they need to push an agenda, Igbo man is the best candidate to push this agenda. Each and every time they need to give power to a person in Nigeria, Igbo man is excluded from it because Igbo man is not even truthful to himself. How can he be truthful to the people who will give him power? Had it been all these politicians coming from Igbo land, I am not saying it is all Igbo people. When I say Igbo man, I'm talking about Igbo politicians. Don't get it wrong. Igbo politicians and Igbo, those churches and billionaires, because most of them, that is the reason why they will tell you that remain or poor. When you tell a poor person how you make your money, you will say, I rather remain poor. That talk, it is very deep. That is the reason why you will never find an Igbo millionaire or billionaire coming out speaking on behalf of the people. They will only speak on their own, anything that will promote them. They will tell you they have established this person, they have established that person. If you are a billionaire, you establish only one or 10 people in your community When millions of them are suffering, security deteriorated, infrastructure is destroyed, have you will you say you have done something? Why don't you use that money and bring in something that will make that community to stay away from poverty? Don't tell us that you have picked up one person, you have made them stand after using them. You didn't just make them stand, you use them. You use them for your own selfish aggrandizement. As a result of using them, they pick up from you using them. It is not all about you saying that you have helped them. They helped you, you helped them. That is the way it is. Aka nni kwara aka ekpe kwa aka nni. Then you will come and be telling us that you have established. Ofu osisi adịghị eme ọfịa. One tree cannot make a forest. As a millionaire, you will have people who will work for you. Without those people you claim that you have established, you will not be a millionaire today because they worked for you. They sacrificed for you. They help you build. And they now actually gain from the hard work that they have done and become a millionaire too. Doesn't mean it is not necessarily that you have made them stand. They stood because of the hard work and the commitment that they have given to you. Have you now seen that it is not justified that your village is deteriorated? You are the only man who have a good building in your village. You are the only man who have electricity because of generator in your village. You don't have a hospital. You don't have a good school that you have built for the community to benefit this community. Since they say education is the key, you don't have all these things, but every time you will be saying that you have helped so many people. You haven't helped anybody. Because as long as we continue, as long as we continue to actually fight individually, we are going nowhere. Believe you me. Sorry about that. We are going nowhere. So you see how Igbo people they make their wealth, just like Simon Epa. Don't you think that Simon Epa now have made his wealth? Tomorrow, if eventually he come to Nigeria, you will be calling Simon Epa a millionaire. And after maybe 20 years, people who didn't know his activities, how he made his money, they wouldn't know that he exploited people to make his money. And he will be coming to social media, become a role model to some of them. That is exactly the way it is. Because you are looking forward to exploit your own people. You are not seeing the people who are exploiting your nation, your world. Your world is being exploited by external force instead of finding a way to stop this exploitation once and for all, so that the fight will be on a level ground for everybody. If you make it, you know that you made it. But because you know that you want to bring in what is called inequality. Inequality. That is part of the reason why they don't mind Hope Uzodinma killing the people. He doesn't mind for fortune and fame, power and money. Dave Umahi killing our people in Ebonyi for fortune and fame, power and money. The same as Okezi Ikpeazu, the same as all these people who become a willing to even obedient, beat Obi, then the one, the governor emeritus in Anambra State, all of them, they made themselves a willing tool, and Fulani used them to destroy us. Now, After giving Tinubu power, because Tinubu is one of the reason why Britain chose Tinubu to give him power, so that that relationship Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have built between Oduduwa and Biafra. Through Tinubu, all those relationships will go down the drain. Not actually that Tinubu is going to push the agenda, but they know that psychologically, giving Tinubu Nigeria president will be like a challenge between Tundi Igbo, that Oduduwa might, mellow down in their agitation. Now, Igbo people will now say that Oduduwas, they are not consistent. From there, we start murmuring, we start actually talking about it. From there, it boils down to a problem. But I am so happy it is not through the agitation that the problem started emanating from. It is now through a sentiment made by an individual. Individuals say that Lagos is a no man's land. Of course, the day of the election, our people were attacked in Lagos State, right? Our people were attacked, not in Lagos State, in Yoruba land. Why was our people attacked in Yoruba land? It is the same narrative. Let us spoil this relationship between these two people so that we will deprive the Igbos everything. We will deprive them of their, of their freedom. We will deprive them of the Igbo presidency. We will deprive them of anything that will bring change into their lives. So that if eventually they want to start a war, they will stand alone. That is the agenda. That is the reason why they took the presidency, gave it to a Yoruba man. Then Igbos will think that they are standing alone. But I know that Tinubu, Yoruba people, if they are not a lot, I believe they are more than 30 million. They are more than 50 million. They are more than 60 million. Let's give Tinubu that he is being supported by 20 million. We might still see 50 million Yorubas or 40 million Yorubas who still want their freedom through Oduduwa restoration. So they want to confuse that narrative. That's why they gave it to Tinubu. They deprive Obi. Now we will start saying they have used a Yoruba man or Oduduwa man to scuttle this. That is the reason why they have to bring in agent provocateur to cause problem in between. While the problem is looming, while the problem is being, promoted, the people we are fighting for will now go and join Obi, knowing that the Obi is a flop. He is not going anywhere. It is just for time wasted. By the time you return, if you look back, you will see how many lapses you have brought upon yourself. You will see what you have lost behind. Because time waits for no man, time is money. That is the psychology. Now they saw as if it is not triggering enough problem between Igbos and Yorubas. We see what happened. They now use somebody to come and say Lagos is a no man's land. Whether it is a Igbo woman who says so, whether it is Igbo man who says so, that person is an agent. Believe it or not, that person is selling a narrative. I know so many of you might not believe me. So many of you might not agree with me, but we are into a psychological warfare. This psychological warfare that we are into, it takes intelligence to decode everything that they want to throw at us. And that is the reason why I made it a mandate that I will come to expose every activities and this psychological warfare being waged against us and using Yorubas as if we are fighting with them. Igbos or Biafrans, we are not fighting with Yorubas. Yorubas are our cousin. And anybody telling you that Lagos is a no man's land, that person is a fool, is a liar. And the reason why they started pushing the narrative and they started reacting to it, especially Tinubu's people, started reacting to it, including using the Pomo boy in UK to actually promote it as somebody who has been in Biafra struggle. So that Biafrans will come and say Oduduwas did this, Yorubas that, and Yorubas will continue to come and say Biafrans this, Biafran that. From there, they now bring problems between Yorubas and the Igbos. But I know that intelligent Yorubas, they are bigger than this rubbish. When Adeyinka grandson started speaking against the Igbo, it was his opinion. It was not Yoruba's opinion. So those who are trying to generalize what the person said, that Lagos is a no man's land, I want you to think twice. I want you to take a rethink, because whatever you are trying to generalize, you are playing the game that this gamer is presenting to you. And who is the gamer? Britain. Britain is the gamer. You are now the character in the game. As they are the gamer, you are the character in the game. And you now see how the setup is being done. This is exactly what they will continue to do to our people. Confusing you each and every time. Once they see that you are getting closer to your blessing, to your freedom, they will bring something to confuse the narrative. You should not allow this narrative to be confused. Let me now read this thing to show them when the first time this thing was said. Because the narrative is that the Igbo people, they are very dominating. That is what they want to start saying. Igbo people are very dominating. And it will now go to the coastal region. That is the reason why the criminal in UK, in the name of Nsima, started pushing it. The next thing, Igbo people are dominating. The coastal region will now start, because even the coastal region rallied behind Obi. And they brought Obi so that if eventually they use Simon Ekpa to scuttle Obi, to say no election in Biafra land, to blame it on Ndi Igbo, the coastal region will now say, you see extent these people wanted to go. Coastal region will now say, is it these same Igbos that we are going to go for get Biafra with? These are the things these people have set up to use to attack Biafra restoration, because they know that Biafra is a step away. Only if we find that code and decode it. If we crack one code, we get Biafra. They know that. That is the reason why they brought in this psychological warfare. And if we are resolute enough to withstand this psychological warfare and go through it, we're going to get Biafra. Let me read for you the first person the person that actually talked about Lagos being a no man's land. For you to know, it is not Ndibo. It was not Ndibo. His name is Femi Okunus. Femi Okunus is not Igbo name. Claimed that Lagos is a no man's land. Absolute rubbish. Smart Cole responded. Now listen to it. He said veteran journalist and photographer Sumni Smart Cole has lambasted a former federal commissioner for works and housing, Femi Okunu, for calling Lagos a no man's land. Smart Cole told the newsmen at residents that the comment was absolute rubbish. He insisted that the territory of the Oba of Lagos end on Lagos Island, adding that he named Eko belongs to the Benin Edo. Listen to it. Listen to it. That the name Eko belongs to the Benin Edo in bracket. He also noted that the comment made by the Oba of Lagos. Let me increase so that you will be reading with me, so that it won't look like I'm the one reading what you cannot see. He insisted that the territory of the Oba of Lagos ends on Lagos Island, adding that the name Eko belongs to the Benin Edo in bracket. Are you seeing it? Edo in bracket. He also noted that the comment made by the Oba of Lagos, Rewan Akiolu, that the Benin were conquered and their resources plundered might be correct, stressing that the name Ekos belongs to the Edo natives. Are you now listening to it? Are you now paying attention? Because so many things is coming out of here. Smart Co lamented that the just concluded Lagos at 50 celebration did not to commemorate the memories of those who made significant impact to what Lagos is today. His word Okunu mentioned Brazilians and Cuban returnees, but he didn't state the contribution they made. He also forgot to mention who came first. The Brazilians were the first artisans. Then, while the Sierra Leoneans, the Beninese conquered the Yoruba using iron and spear. Okunu had stated that the Beninese took over the reign of Lagos by conquest, but that the Aworis were there before them as the original settler. Okunu said Iga Ram itself was a gift to Oba Ado by Oloye Aromire, a white cap chief who owned the land that the Lagos Palace occupies till date. And up till now, we have some section. We have some sections of Isale Eko with Bini connection. When you hear of Idumota, Idun Sabwe, Iduma Igbo, Idun Tafa, the word Idun had Benin origin. Then we had some chief who came with King Ado. That is another wide area. That is another wide area. There is also Baju Laye, who originally was Bazu Aye. So the Benin connection is very deep. As a matter of fact, the corpses of all the Obas, from King Ado to Oba Adele I, who died at about 1834, were all taken to Benin for burial. Are you now seeing what exactly, where this argument may lead if this argument is now extended? Are you now seeing it? Now let's go back in the days. Back in the days. There is another one. This one, let me read this one for you. Then you will also, because the reason why I am bringing all of them, for you to know it is not only Igbo man, it is not Igbo man, or it is not today that all these things started coming up. Let me see this one. Is it the one I am about to read? All right, let us read this one. This one said, see the first person to refer Lagos as no man's land. They say, see the first person. That is the picture you see here. Beyond the center of excellence, appellation that you have been hearing about Lagos, you might have also heard it is a no man's land. That is, it does not belong to any specific ethnic group in Nigeria. This is the man. You saw the picture. The first person to make reference to Lagos as no man's land was Jaja Wachuku. Jaja Wachuku. He made this claim in 1947, but expectedly, it stirs a lot of controversies. The Yoruba speaking nation have always claimed the ownership of the city, but because of different reasons, then Wachuku thought Lagos was the collective property of everyone, not minding their places of origin. So Wachuku was in a position too, such as the pioneer speaker, Nigeria House of Representatives. Also, he was the pioneer Nigeria ambassador and permanent to the United Nations Organization UNO. It would also interest you to learn that Wachuku was the pioneer foreign minister, so he was always first in different positions. This man, he is not, I believe he is also from a coastal region. I believe he is from a coastal region, which is the research that we need to know. He is not direct Igbo. He's not Igbo speaking. Lagos is a home to all. It is an abode of diverse cultures. This has been happening through the city, both from within Nigeria and outside the country. Looking at the things from this perspective, Lagos can be regarded as truly no man's land as of today. The Igbos are competing with Yorubas in terms of population, in terms of population, and sorry about that. In terms of population, let us continue. And in the metropolitans. In addition, people who are not originally from the state are still holding political position in Lagos. The present Minister of Interior, Arebasola, is a perfect example. Although he hailed from Osun State, he was a commissioner under Tinubu in Lagos. So also is Professor Yemi Osibanjo, who was the Attorney General of Lagos State, even though he is a native of neighboring State. Ogun State. Wow. Now, with all these instances, can we now agree that Lagos is a no man's land? Content created and supplied by Baba Wale Oke. Are you now seeing that it is not only Igbos? Igbos started making this comment recently. It is not only Igbos who made this, comment. It is not because one Igbo woman say it. Igbo is not dragging Lagos with anybody. Lagos is Lagos. Whoever is the true owner of Lagos through the history, own Lagos. Igbos are not dragging Lagos with anybody. And those Igbos who are actually dwelling in Lagos should actually know that we've been telling you that you must bring charity begins from home. Even if Lagos appear to be no man's land, one day you will see that people will fight for it, and maybe your properties there will become, the escape, goat, or you will become a scapegoat as a result of that fight for who owns Lagos. Now you understand the reason why, as that na kuluo uno amaloya palia. That is the reason why these people, you've been developing Lagos instead of bringing what you have to your own place. When these people from Yoruba land, they come to your land, they don't build mansions, they don't build everything, they don't do those things. Maybe they have a reason for doing that, and you go there, you are developing Lagos, even buying house, land in swamp. You close swamp, you spend a lot of money, close swamp, develop it. Now, one woman say that Lagos is a no man's land, which is the argument made in 1947. Argument made in 1947 with a lot of historical facts. With that argument, yet one woman just said it. Then people are descending on Igbo, saying that Igbo people, they want to take over Lagos, they want to do this, they want to do that. Now let us read exactly what they actually wrote about the comment, and the Tinubu promoters were using it to shine. Now, somebody said, which is Olayele Awosika, say no one is chasing anyone from Lagos, but when we get to the point of Lagos is no man's land, we have to capture Lagos. And did you see it? They have to capture Lagos. Now, people are saying it is obedient. If you think it is obedient claiming that Lagos is no man's land, then you don't understand politics. Obedient is not a person, it is an ideology, an expectation, or a hope for future that Peter and that fitted into. It was in the heart of every Nigerian. We walked about in church, mosque, and parties, in the market, and in our travels, and we always ended up with God's help. Now, this is different, argument towards this being Lagos is being no man's land. If you have something to say, I think the line is open. You can actually call in and bring what you think towards this. If you want to call in, we only have 30 minutes to end this program. But I want you to know that everything that these people did, it is all about, they did it for the sake of bringing problem between Biafrans and Oduduwas. That is exactly what they did. They want to use Tinubu to actually quench the agitation in the east, in the west. They bring obedient Peter Obi to use it to manipulate the agitation in the east, because they know that they can't stop it. The fire that is burning in the people of Biafra, you cannot stop it. You can only psychologically manipulate it. That is why they brought agent provocateur. Where is the agent provocateur today? Agent provocateur ni ife na-eme. And I want you to now continue to ask him, where is the Biafra he claimed he is going to give you yesterday? Where is it? Now, coming to the comment with regards to that one, I made a broadcast about it. You know what someone said to me? That when I said that Simon have promised them Biafra. Let me read comments that I just captured from there. Somebody said, okay, they say Judge Anwachuku is from Ngwa in a present-day Abia state. All right. Somebody said, Simon Ekberima criminality killed a lot of our people. This is the comment I am reading. It is comment I am reading. If you go to Judge Money blog, on the broadcast I made inside the car, you will see it there. Simon Ekberima criminality killed a lot of people, which is Chiboy Jerry made this. A lot of our people, but Biafra must send him again to jail. Send him to jail. Now, when I said that, what will Simon say to those gullible followers he promised to give them Biafra today? You know what someone said to me? Someone said to me, ha 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 ha, you think Eberima don't have lies to tell his foolish followers? That is actually the main thing I captured here. He said that Eberima have lies to tell his gullible followers. And it is indeed the truth. Eberima have lies to tell his gullible followers because that is what he does. I believe someone tried to call. Let me see if this person is calling for the program. If he's calling for the program, we take his call. We only have, less than 30 minutes to end this program. Hello? Yes, are you calling for the program? Okay, okay, let me put you on speaker. Your name and where you are calling from, please.
Okay, I'm calling from Biafra land, Iguacha.
Okay.
My name is Eda Solomon Abaya.
All right, go ahead.
So I wanted to assure you the hour has come for us to know what to do because this so-called Pamoneba have caused a lot of havoc in this Biafra land. A lot of things is going on now. They are still lamenting against him. There's something that happened yesterday. You where we are living, a lot of people run. I'm for shooting guns. Information reaching us is that they send a letter or whatever to them, treating them. So nobody knows the next plan or the next target. So I'm very much happy to see you, to hear from you tonight. I say, God, who have done this, may his name alone be highly exalted. In the name of Chukwu Kabe, I pray. And I want to use this great opportunity to thank every Biafran because this time on EPA, I am asking, let the DOS, the leaders, they are very, very wise to understand the reason why this boy put those dates that Biafra will go or Biafra will get their freedom. I am suspecting that boy knows exactly what Nnamdi Kanu is passing through in the GSS conduct. That boy know what they have done. The poison given to Nnamdi Kanu, I am fully aware that he knows about it. If not, all his plan, maybe before this time, our leader will be alive again. That is a plan. But the hand of God is upon our leader. This boy, called Samoneba, is an evil man.
He is.
That boy has a evil plan. Now, he has tried to start again. I don't know exactly what that boy has against Nnamdi Kanu. So, my good brother, you will keep on doing your good work. God Almighty Father will bless and guide and protect every one of you who has been making it possible for us to know exactly what is going on. I say, God, guide all the US, guide all the coordinators all over the world. Give them the power to overcome all the plans of the enemy. And I believe by the special grace of God, we shall take over. Biafra must be restored. No amount of presence that will stop Biafra to be restored. My good brother, Judge Money, continue your good work. God will make a way where there's no way for you. And we shall all rejoice and celebrate Biafra. In the name of Chukwu Kabiam, I pray. He says.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my good brother.
All right. We have another caller. The caller on the line. You're calling for the program, right?
Hello, Mazi.
Yes.
Yes, Mazi. Judge Money. Good evening from here.
Good evening.
Mazi, I hope I'm coming out loud and clear.
Yes, you are coming out clear, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, my brother. Lies from the enemy. The so-called Bobrisky that they're trying to infiltrate Biafra through their head of Autopilot, which Chukwu Kabiama has placed him where he's supposed to be today. And many people are not asking themselves, where are the Biafra they promised to give you? with their stupidity and killings of their woto, using their own brothers and sisters at home to show power. But they cannot go to Abuja or go to where the enemy is to combat them. All they do is to commit one atrocity in Biafra and run away. The army and the so-called zoological army and police will come into a village and ransack all the villages. But I thank God today that God has fought these criminals, and today all Biafrans, all lovers of freedom who really knew what Mazen Nandekano taught all of us today have known the game this criminal was playing, and we must continue to let our people know what is happening. Before I would digress more, let me introduce myself, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria. By the special grace of Ezechukwoka Biama, I serve the indigenous people of Biafra as Austrian National PRO. Mazi George Money, just the way I view everything that is happening in Nigeria today is a well planned to deceive the gullible or to change the mindset of the so-called zoological republic. The mentality that Mazen Nandekano try to change or try to make them to begin to reason is what they bring our brother Obi to play the game. And it pains me so much that this man accepted to play this game. He accepted to play this game to put these people again begin to think about Nigeria. You see, British know what they are doing. They called him to London. At the end of the day, get a bargain for him to do this job, which he knew that it is prohibited, it is taboo for the way they set Nigeria for an Igbo man to be a president. He knew that it is impossible. That Fulani, that British handed over Nigeria to, even the time of independence. Even Zik himself, who fought, was in the forefront of independence of Biafra, independence of Nigeria. They're taking back seats. Even the president they made him was nothing, just a man that carried portfolio to run up and down. Our people must understand that Nigeria is not meant for us. If we like, we take it. If we like, we leave it. Any day we realize that this place that they catch all of us is not a place that can give us life, that day our people will begin to reason like human beings. Obi is playing a game, and this game is playing is to change the mindset of the Nigerians, the so-called Zoo Nigerians, so that they can't reason anymore, so that they can't revolt anymore. He's telling them they are obedient. Obedient for what? Obedient for suffering. Obedience for there's no electricity. Obedience for no road. Obedience for poor infrastructure in Nigeria. Obedience for poor hospital. Obedience for people that are living there cannot be able to eat even 3 square meals in a day. Obedience that they ask them to bring the money in their bank at the end of the day, they can't be able to get their money back. Obedience of what? You are dying and you cannot wake up to fight and liberate yourself in this quagmire that all of us have found ourselves. This is why we said we must continue to fight this fight until we liberate ourselves from this dungeon they put all of us. Just as you, Mazi George Money, is doing. We coming out here teaching our people who were supposed to know, trying to debunk the enemies of their lies, trying to let our people know the way forward. We cannot stop in what we are doing. It doesn't matter what the enemies are planning against Biafra. It doesn't matter what the British are planning to use our own people to deceive our people. It doesn't matter. Biafra must come. If they like, they don't take it if they like. IPOB has come to stay. We are going nowhere. Just look at all the manipulations, all the infiltrators they planned to kidnap our leader, to infiltrate IPOB. to do one or two things to destroy IPOB. Look at every of their plan. Chukwu tell them I brought all of them to nothing. Today we are still more stronger than ever. Mazin Nandekano told them, you cannot destroy what you did not build. Chukwu will build IPOB, and we must continue to be a nightmare for Political Republic until they let us go.
Yes.
When God told Moses to go and tell Pharaoh to let his people go, he never accepted God had in his heart for him to see how he will be destroyed, how he will be destroyed in the face of not allowing the Israelites to go. The same thing will happen in Nigeria. Imagine now the fellow told them, go and get a Somalian visa. That Somalia will be better than Nigeria. Today, what is happening? Judge money. We must continue to educate these people. We must continue to tell them if they don't accept it, here we will still come to analyze how they will kill them.
Yes.
This time they don't enter from frying pan to fire.
Yes.
Tinubu and Shetima is going to do to them. They will cry blood in their eyes because when we told them they don't believe us.
True.
Let's go get my bless you, my brother. We must continue to do the needful.
Correct.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you for calling. The caller, your name and where you are calling from.
Hello?
Yeah, the caller, your name and where you are calling from. Go on.
Yeah, Master, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Paul, calling from Gabon.
All right. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, okay, Maz. Yes, you are doing a marvelous work to the Biafra restoration.
Thank you.
I don't have, I'm not going to stay long. What I have to say that may Chukwu Kabiama continue to protecting you, blessing you for what you are doing for the Biafran restoration and the liberation of our leader, Mazin Nandekalo. What I want to tell the Autopilot is that their leader said that he will bring Biafra. Up to now, we are not seeing anything, and all of them have gone mute. That's to show them that they are and this man will continue to, digging deeper to finish them until their eyes will open. So what I'm trying to say about obedient or not obedient, I want to tell Biafrans, especially IPOB around the world, if Obi enter there, if Obi don't enter there, what we need is Biafra, because people must understand that after 8 years of Obi, where are we going to stay? Are we going to go back to Fulani or going back to the zoo? There's no way to go back. We must live. Our leader made it very clear that why Biafra normally supposed to come for a long time ago is that after the war, some our people go back to the zoo, feel that maybe after or later on, Biafra will just come. That's why up to now we are still looking for the Biafra. But this generation of this time, we are going to fight until the last day, until we got what we are looking for.
Yes.
Obedient or not obedient, or the zoo, we don't need that nonsense. That is rubbish. So that's why IPOB, we are formidable in what we are saying. The leadership are formidable. You know, the leadership used their brain in this type of rubbish election they did. By now, they will say that is IPOB who make it not to be possible for Obi to enter there. But you see what our leader has been saying for a long time. That's repeating himself again. You know. So my brother, what we are asking for is the release of our leader, Martin Nandekalo. First of all, let them release that man. The court has been given. Okay, they are running to court now. These foolish people say that people should go to court. Which court? Court you people refusing to obey? Is it now that you will obey the court order? Because it is election. The court give order to release Martin Nandekalo. Everybody just go mute. All the politicians in the Biafra land, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about their brother. Who want us to live as a human being? God will punish all of them. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you
God
very much.
bless you.
continue to protecting you and your family.
Thank
Biafra is here already. No going back about it. Thank you.
You see? Um, um, Mazi, welcome. You need to be brave. We only have 15 minutes left. Just use like 4 minutes, Mazi, please.
Okay, Mazi George Money, good evening from here.
Good evening.
Thank you very much, my brother, for the good job that you are doing. This is your brother C2 calling from my location.
All right, go ahead.
Mazi, I appreciate you, and then Onyendu, I appreciate him anywhere he is. Ndebo guide and protect him. The DOS and the HOD, OS, and all the principal officers, I salute all of you that is doing a marvelous job to make sure that our people did not fall aside. I appreciate you. Mazi, there's something I want to say here, very important. We're gonna start this campaign, very, very important, to ask the international community. We're gonna draft a letter to them and ask them, number one, are they not seeing the killing and the destruction of Igbo properties? We need to put this question to them and hear what they. We want to hear what they are going to say. It's very important. There are some things we are not going to ignore this time around. We're going to ask them this question directly in their face. Are they not seeing the killings and the destruction of Igbo's property? And let's hear what they want to say. That is number one. You know, when the brother Samuel was killed, and he was killed by his own brothers, because as far as I'm concerned, he's a northerner. And the next thing we see was to destroy Igbo's property, burn their market, start killing our people. Our people we kept quiet, as if we don't know what we are going to do. None of these elders, these criminals, bastard elders in our land, none of them say nothing. They didn't say nothing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still being held in DSS custom dungeon. He was being discharged and acquitted, even told that there is no court is going to try him, but the zoo is still holding him. The criminals in our land, tall elders, the Fulefu and the maggots, none of them is calling now for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As you can see, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still there, languishing in DSS dungeon, and then they are not calling the release of Onyendu. What I'm about to say here now is this. We, Igbo peoples and Biafra, we are not violent people. And it's not in our DNA, we are not violent people. But one thing people need to understand about us, don't push us to the war. People shouldn't push us to the war. Very, very important. People shouldn't push us to the war. They can talk rubbish, they can say anything about us, they can talk any bullshit. That is their entire business. All we are asking is allow our people to determine their fates, how they want to live, and who they want to associate with. We are asking for referendum for our people to determine how they want to live in their land. Anything more than that, I think that person still think that IPOB is joking. We are not here to joke. My happiness that Onyendu have wake us up, and we are not going to go back. Let me come to Eberima.
Mazi, make it snappy. You have 1 minute left.
Mazi, George Money, there is one assignment I want to give you now that you know that the Perima has failed. But look at the narrative they are pushing. I saw in the news today that Festus Keyamo wants to negotiate with Simon Epa. I saw it in one of one lady, that lady, I so much trust her analysis. She doesn't carry fake news. That was the narrative they are pushing now, that Festus Keyamo wants to negotiate with Samuel Eberima. So you have to go down and put your ear on the ground and check that news very well. We all know what is happening. We all know what they are trying to bring out now. We all know what they want to what they want to bring now to sell another narrative. We know exactly what they want to do, but we are bigger than them.
Thank you very much.
Before they want to arrive, we have arrived already.
Definitely.
I will leave it here because you don't have time.
Yes.
All I'm saying is this: if international community turn blind eyes for the killing and destruction of Igbos property, I will tell them that let them rethink and know. I know that they know everything that is happening. I am asking them. Our people have been pushing the war. Let them don't think that we don't know what we are doing. We are just
obeying that we are weak.
The rules. Yes.
We are not
Let
weak.
them not think that we are weak. We are just obeying what our leaders are doing. Maazi, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. Before we take the next call that was coming in, I want our people, I want Britain to know that they have done their bidding, they have achieved what they have achieved, they have placed whoever they want to place in Nigeria as their candidate in that presidency. Now they should release our leader, because all the things that they have, they did, it is actually for their own selfish benefit, and they have achieved it. What will be now their reason for keeping our leader in that solitary confinement? We are yet to find out. The caller, please use 2 minutes. Use 2 minutes to round up. We have less than 6 minutes left.
My brother, Mr. George Money, I'm glad you gave me 2 minutes. Please, if it's a seat, do not be annoyed. I just want to make our time today to say thank you for your tenacity, thank you for your support, thank you for what you're doing for ourselves, because we are all Biafrans. We need a better life. And more especially, my brother George Money, I want to thank you for the guy in Finland. You are dealing with him from your platform. That guy in Finland, Biafra is incomplete if that guy is not in jail, because I don't, in Europe and in America, things it takes process. I would suggest that every evidence should be provided for that guy to be in jail. That is a place meant for a person like him.
Definitely.
You see, the guy in Finland, is because of the way our people see things, is because of the way our people present things, is because of the way our people does not study somebody before they embrace the person. From the one, I know that guy is a criminal. If you look at his facial, because your analogy is always makes me very happy, because you always describe him very well. If you look at him, there was a time he was there are two things that makes me know that guy is a saboteur. In one of his videos, there was a time he was making a video and he regretted why he was not in IBOB. When he thinks that he was getting popularity, he blamed himself for not joining IBOB. It was then I get to know that he has an agenda. See, the second thing is this: there was a time our leader declared prayer. You understand what I mean? So after that prayer, I was so surprised that the way he entertained, or he entertained
this Madam Bridget in America here, the way he entertained him in his platform, I was seeing that lady, after that prayer, Bridget was dancing on his platform. They were kind of a merriment. I know from the one that I know that from the one, what he was looking for is people to collide with, is people to support him before he do whatever he wants to do.
Round up.
You understand what I mean?
30 seconds.
Yeah. My rounding up today is the Judge Money. I want to plead with everybody. If this guy is not in jail, what we are doing for me is we need. I will not say it's incomplete, but
Yes.
this guy needs to be in jail. He needs to be clean. He needs to be in jail. He needs to be in jail.
Right. You are right. The God of our land is dealing with him already, and that one, just like you said, that they take process, but it will surely happen.
It will show. I mean, my brother, I will be I will be the happiest person for him. None of after
All right. Let me squeeze in this other call. Let me see if I will be able to squeeze it because my time stops automatically.
Finally, Judge Money.
Yes.
Judge Money. My advice for you, 2 seconds. My advice for you, look at who na ebia koma who biko ni I like ekporage now. No kwe bi no. Oh, Chineke gozie.
All right. We are going to squeeze in this call. The caller, please utilize 1.5 minutes if it is possible, because our time, we are going to be shut out in the next 3 minutes. Please utilize 1.5 minutes. Come in. Hello? Oh, the caller is not there. And so what I am saying, in case if he calls again, he calls again. The caller, please utilize 1.5 minutes. We have less than 3 minutes to go.
Good evening, Judge Money.
Good evening.
Yeah, and good evening, Biafrans. Yeah, ihe awokwu gbasara anyị ka m kwuo ya n'asụsụ anyị. Ekelele m onye ọbụla. Anyị na-anụkwa n'ihe onye ọbụla kwukwan. Ịtraịkwara ngụwa na onwe gị kwa na-ewepụta okwu Biafra. A na-atụle uche n'ime ya. Mana o nwere ihe m chọrọ ikwu banyere na ndị kwuola ekwuo ma nke nwanne anyị ya kwupụrụ kịta. Anyị nwere ndị iro, and ndị iro anyị awụghị anyị nwa. Onye ndu si otu ọbụla ime ị ga-esi nweta Biafra na ya ga-akwado gị na were ya bịa.
Please go straight to the point. I don't have time. I think I know where you are going. Go straight to the point.
Straight to the point wụ na ke ka onye a ga-esi apụta na-asị na ya ga-ahụ the happiest person ịhụ na that guy nọ na Finland being
But why would
Simon
he
Ekpa.
not be the happiest person? Why did Simon not tell you that he's giving you Biafra today? Yesterday.
Biafra is coming. He is taking
why
it to
did
the
the day he
dimension.
told you that he's giving you Biafra pass and he never gave you Biafra? While people are dying for the sake of that promise. People died in our land. You don't see all these things.
People have been dying. But my brother, look.
I don't like to entertain people that are as ignorant as you in my platform. I don't need to use you to waste my time.
No, I'm not wasting your time, but I'm trying to correct you.
No, you are not correcting me. You are not correcting me. You are here to actually, entertain your ignorance. A man who told you to give him money is giving you Biafra in 200 days. You've been counting it from how many months now? And yesterday passed, you still come here to talk rubbish. Great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. I don't have time to entertain this rubbish. I wish I had time. I was going to actually educate him, but I don't have time. In less than 1 minute, I am going to be offline now. So I want us to continue to remain formidable. We are not going to engage fight or argument with Oduduwas. We are in good terms with Oduduwas, and we congratulate Tinubu for being his turn, for achieving his turn, because he says it is his turn and now he achieved it. We congratulate him because he played the game that the zoo play well. That's why he won the zoo shenanigan. We continue the agitation, and we are calling on Britain to release our leader because they have actually done everything which is their bidding that they want to do,